Hey, I'm here on a nice night, and it's gonna be a little bit nicer tomorrow. But I started to make this video, and I'm gonna make a video of a review of "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep" by Philip K. Dick. And I was gonna make the video. I made it out, tried to make it outside, and I had some hecklers shouting some random stuffs at me outside, so I had to can the take, as they say in Hollywood. Although I'm not much of a Hollywood person. So, anyways, I really like this book. It takes place in around 2019 to 2021, but was published back in the 60s, in the mid 60s, by Philip K. Dick. And the first thing, so I've read another book by Philip K. Dick, and it was called The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. So, what struck me about this book, the same way that The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch did, was that Philip K. Dick has a unique writing style, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just the way he puts together a sentence is very technical, or it's almost like you're reading an android writing, which is kind of funny because, it's about androids. In this book, they're called Andes, whereas in the movie, although I haven't seen the movie, they're called replicants, from what I've heard. So, yeah, he kind of writes it like an android in a way. Like, it's really technical and like specific. Like, the words are really just specific. Like, if you were to describe it in a music sense, you would say tight, right? Like the band, that band is tight. But so, anyways, I really like this book. It's the thing about it, though, is I was asking people who have seen the movie, was that movie funny? Like, did anyone else think that movie was funny? I haven't seen it, so I don't really know. But I found this book funny, of all like, surprisingly. It's supposed to be like this dystopian, but the conversations that they're having. At one point, he goes into this opera company, Rick Deckard. It goes into this opera company and like totally gives this opera singer the empathy test, and she just makes fun of it, and like she's like, and what's going on in the dialogue is just hilarious. It's like, I don't know whether I'm supposed to take this as funny or not, but in some senses I could see that. Okay, for one, when I read books, I don't find them very suspenseful. I don't get what people see in books that they find suspenseful. I can see like disgusting. Like, I'm totally disgusted by that, like bugs and stuff like that, but I don't find them overly suspenseful for some reason. And I didn't find this book very, very suspenseful or like dystopian. It kind of seemed like they were making fun of just stupid people, like, kind of, in a way. Like, what are we going to do with and they called them chicken heads. And there seems to be, in early 20th century literature and science, there seems to be a question of what do people do, what do we do with the people that are criminals, and what are we going to do with, they seem to have this ongoing sort of question of what's making so many criminals, what's making so many people crazy. And this kind of hints at the fact that people are just going to move away and leave all the dumb people back on Earth. So I don't know, really. It came off as funny to me, but he has a certain way of writing that it's just so, like, I was reading it, I walked out to the like little gazebo by the hospital, and I was reading it, and I just couldn't put it down. The way he writes is just, it's magical. He writes so just, I don't know how to describe it. It's like economical, or like perfect. He has very good very good writing style and puts together a sentence very well. Um, but at the end of the book, I found it kind of boring, although the book is mostly exposition. In other words, he's describing a world that is supposedly supposed to have existed by this time, which it doesn't, but it's close. It's not far away from moving to Mars, but it's not quite there yet. Not not that we want it to be there, but I think that what was I going to say now? He's describing this world that exists, and most of it is exposition, or the explanation of why this world exists and how it came to be, and what's left of it. And overall, I think while you're reading it, you don't really notice an overall overly suspenseful or like dangerous book. But when you look back at it and go, oh yeah, that's quite, I don't know what to say, stark, dark, dangerous. And it's a dangerous idea. The concept, the overall concept and world that he creates in this book is quite dangerous. And on top of that, people have looked into the idea that this is potentially a possibility that androids could be living among us since he's written this, and it has kind of been an ongoing thing in science fiction, and definitely an inspirational book to science fiction as a whole and dystopian fiction as a genre. So I think it's actually a really great book, and I read it quite quick. I read most of the book very, very quick, and then I kind of trailed off a bit. It kind of didn't seem to be going anywhere storyline wise, but I realized that it's mainly about the exposition of this world that he tries to create. And then, which I found really funny again, is I probably shouldn't spoil it. I probably shouldn't spoil the book, but if you've seen the movie, I probably shouldn't, but I found, okay, there's a part, chapter 17 is quite good in this. I took a picture of it on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you can, and watch the other videos that I post. If you can, like and subscribe. That's about all I have to say about it. It's a really good book. And I'm gonna have to see the movies, because people say that the movies are really good also. And then do I have anything upcoming? I think I'm going to do a book review of Slouching Towards Bethlehem by Joan Didion. I'm not sure yet. I haven't finished it, but it's getting there. And yeah, if you can, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Oh, and I'm not in the bathroom.